Dr. Masaru Emoto, a Japanese scientist, performed a fascinating experiment. He wanted to see if our mind can actually change the molecular structure of water. He took bottles of water and strips of paper, and he wrote different words on different piece of paper. Then he put them on the bottles. And he has a cooling room, and in the cooling room he has a fast-acting camera that takes pictures from under microscope. So then he took a drop of water from each bottle and he put it under the microscope. As the water was freezing, the camera was taking the pictures. By doing that, he discovered something absolutely fascinating. Depending what was written on the strip of paper, what word was written, water was creating amazing crystals, or as being frozen was shapeless. Depending what feeling that word that was written on the strip of paper evoked, the water reacted accordingly. The point is that when it was a word that evoked good feelings like gratitude, love, like eternity, like a child, like beautiful music, anything that evoked good feelings, the water created spectacular crystals, formed spectacular crystals. And the other things, when the words evoked feelings that were different, that water was absolutely shapeless. So he took a group of children and he had Tokyo water that would not form a crystal. What happened is he put the water on the table and put the children around that water and asked children to feel gratitude for that water. As children was feeling the gratitude for the water, that water was put under the microscope and they could see that that water, as it was freezing, started to form a crystal, beautiful, symmetrical crystal. And the more gratitude those children felt, the bigger the crystal grew, the more spectacular, the more amazing. That water from Tokyo became pure. Do you realize the power of our mind? That our mind can change the molecular structure of water? You see, Einstein witnessed something very similar. When we have atom, right, they are particles smaller than atom, and that is called subatomic level when we talk about particles smaller than atom. He had experiment performed by different scientists to see if the law of gravity worked on subatomic level. Well, some scientists discovered the law of gravity works on subatomic level, and others discovered that no, it doesn't. The interesting fact was that the scientists who discovered the law of gravity works on subatomic level, they had a proof that it worked. But other scientists who discovered that the results were completely different, they had a proof that it didn't. Einstein was very puzzled about it because how can you have How can you have the same experiment, perform the same experiment, and have two opposite results? And then he came to a fascinating conclusion. When scientists expected the law of gravity was going to work on subatomic level, when they believed it was going to work on subatomic level, it did. When scientists expected the law of gravity wouldn't work on subatomic level, it did it. And Einstein said, how this can be that our mind dictates the outcome of the experiment. The same happens with the stem cell. Well, stem cells is like a blank canvas. Stem cell is a cell that it can form into anything. It can form into brain cell or skin cell or kidney cell or heart cell or any cell in our body. The fascinating thing that scientists discovered that when they had stem cells in different petri dishes, when they thought that this stem cell is going to be developed into a kidney cell, it did. If they expected that the other stem cell was going to evolve into heart cell, it did. The stem cell evolved, grew into what the scientists that work on them expected. Again, our mind decided what that stem cell was going to be. Well, the fascinating thing is that this world, your life, is like that water, like that drop of water that Dr. Emoto experimented on. It's like that stem cell, and it's like that subatomic particle. It all become according what we expect. Every area of our lives works the same way. It is created by our mind according what it is that we expect. So you know what? We better expect good things. We better feel good. We better feel lots of love, because in this way we create what it is that we desire. So expect that your life is truly, truly magical. And when you do that, when you feel lots of love and lots of gratitude and you have lots of fun, it will become absolutely magical. So have absolutely magical day.